Your hair didn't turn gray because you aged, it turned gray because your melanocytes fell asleep. Doctors first noticed this in 2009 when lab scans showed pigment cells still alive inside white hair. So what actually wakes them back up? And can seniors really reverse gray naturally? Today, we'll uncover the truth about reactivating dormant color after 65. Ever wondered why your hair suddenly turns gray even when you feel healthy? You see that silver strand in the mirror and think, when did that happen? It seems sudden, but it starts years earlier, deep inside the hair follicle. Every strand grows from a living pocket under your skin. Inside that pocket, a small group of cells called melanocytes control your hair's color. They work like microscopic paintbrushes, coating new hair with pigment before it leaves your scalp. For most of life, this system runs smoothly, but after the age of 40, things begin to shift. Research from the University of Bradford shows that hydrogen peroxide, a chemical your body produces naturally, starts to build up inside hair follicles. Over time, this buildup bleaches the pigment from within. Imagine pouring a drop of peroxide into a bottle of hair dye. The color fades fast. By your 60s, those same cells are struggling to keep up, and color production slows by nearly 20% each decade. The trigger comes from oxidative stress, an imbalance between free radicals and your body's defenses. When too many free radicals attack the melanocytes, they lose energy and stop transferring melanin into the growing hair. In 2009, German researchers proved that even in fully gray hair, the melanocytes were still there, just silent. They hadn't died, they'd gone dormant. That discovery changed everything. So what pushes them into sleep mode? Genetics plays a part, but lifestyle matters too. Chronic stress, low B12, smoking, and certain medications speed the decline. Each factor adds a layer of strain on the follicle's pigment factory. Some scientists compare it to a dimmer switch. The light doesn't go out, it just fades until it's nearly off. Here's the surprising part. Under the right conditions, those same melanocytes can turn back on. In 2021, a Columbia University study found that people who reduced stress through therapy or meditation saw pigment return in several gray hairs within weeks. It proved that hair color can shift back and forth depending on what's happening inside your body. This makes one thing clear. Gray hair isn't a permanent loss, it's a signal. A sign that your cells are asking for balance, oxygen, and energy again. The next step is learning how to wake them, how to restart those silent pigment cells hiding just beneath the surface. What if those gray strands still hold the same color cells, just waiting for a signal to wake up? Think about this. Your hair didn't lose color forever. The cells that once painted each strand are still there, waiting. They just fell asleep. Scientists at the University of Bradford proved this in 2009 after analyzing strands of white hair under a microscope. The melanocytes, the pigment makers, weren't gone. They were inactive, like a light switch left off too long. So what shuts that switch? Stress, low oxygen, and loss of nutrition flow. When you're young, blood rushes to the scalp with energy, feeding every follicle. But by the time most people reach 60, scalp circulation drops by nearly 30%. Less blood means less fuel for those cells. Over time, they stop producing pigment and shift into survival mode. In 2011, researchers studying hair follicles in Japan discovered something fascinating. They noticed that melanocyte stem cells still existed in gray hair roots, alive but exhausted. One scientist described them as soldiers waiting for orders. The question became how to wake them. That led to a new wave of experiments on scalp stimulation and enzyme reactivation. Simple daily movement can make a difference. A 2-minute scalp massage, fingertip pressure along the temples, or even light brushing increases local blood flow immediately. A small study in 2016 measured circulation during massage and found a 70% boost in oxygen delivery. It sounds minor, but that's exactly what dormant pigment cells crave. Then, there's the enzyme angle, catalase. This natural antioxidant breaks down hydrogen peroxide inside the follicle. Without enough of it, peroxide builds and bleaches hair from within. Boosting catalase through nutrition or topical treatments helps clean out the environment those cells need to restart. The truth is simple. Gray hair doesn't mean dead hair. It means your pigment system went into standby mode, and once you bring circulation and balance back, those cells can respond. In some documented cases, pigment reappeared first at the roots, weeks after stress reduction or improved diet. But the next question cuts deeper. If blood flow and enzymes matter so much, could everyday food choices actually change the color growing from your scalp? Could the secret to darker hair again be sitting right on your dinner plate? You've probably heard someone say gray hair runs in the family, but what if part of it comes from what sits on your plate, not just your genes? Scientists studying aging hair keep finding one common thread. Nutrient loss hits the follicle first. Melanocytes can't make pigment if they're starved of the materials that build it. Let's start with copper. In 2012, researchers from Cairo University compared hair samples from people under 40 and those over 65. Copper levels were almost 40% lower in the gray group. Copper drives an enzyme called tyrosinase, the spark that converts tyrosine, an amino acid, into melanin. Without that enzyme, pigment production slows to a crawl. Foods like cashews, sesame seeds, and shellfish help replenish that spark. Then comes vitamin B12. In 2007, a British medical journal case study described a 52-year-old man whose prematurely gray hair regained color after B12 therapy. His levels had dropped from years of malabsorption. Once restored, pigment returned within months. The reason? B12 keeps red blood cells healthy, ensuring oxygen and nutrients reach those hidden color cells under your scalp. Iron and folate play their roles too. Both help deliver oxygen and support cell turnover inside the follicle. A 2020 Indian study found that people with low ferritin, the body's iron storage, had nearly double the rate of early graying. When iron runs low, melanin formation weakens, and new hair grows out pale. Even enzymes depend on food chemistry. Catalase, your body's natural hydrogen peroxide neutralizer, relies on trace minerals like manganese and zinc. Without enough, peroxide builds up and bleaches pigment from within. Spinach, garlic, and lentils feed that system back into balance. Therefore, diet becomes more than nutrition. It's your pigment's power source. When the body runs short, the color drains. When it's replenished, those silent melanocytes start producing again. So if nutrients can change how hair grows, what happens when the problem isn't diet but blood flow itself? What if the missing link sits under your scalp, not on your plate, and the fix takes just minutes a day? What if the real reason for graying starts under the scalp, not inside the hair? If your hair were a forest, your scalp would be the soil. No matter how rich the seed, nothing grows in dry, lifeless ground. That's what most people overlook. Gray hair often begins where circulation ends. When blood flow weakens, oxygen and nutrients stop reaching the follicle's base. Without fuel, those color-producing melanocytes slow down and rest. In 2016, a team from Tokyo Medical University used thermal imaging to study scalp temperature, a sign of blood flow. They found that older adults had up to 25% cooler scalps than people under 40. Cooler means lower circulation, which means less nourishment reaching the follicle. Therefore, gray hair may start as a blood supply problem before it ever becomes a pigment problem. Simple actions make huge changes here. Just 2 minutes of daily scalp massage improves circulation immediately, measured by a 70% boost in blood flow in a small 2016 study from Japan. The same study reported thicker, stronger hair after 24 weeks of consistent massage. Add gentle fingertip pressure or a soft brush, and you're already feeding your follicles more oxygen. The next part is moisture. A dry scalp restricts microcapillaries and increases local inflammation. Researchers in 2019 found that chronic scalp dryness raises levels of reactive oxygen species, the same molecules that bleach melanocytes. So, Natural oils like argan, jojoba, or simple warm coconut oil do more than soften skin. They create a better environment for pigment to return. Then comes the barrier issue. Chemical shampoos, surfactants like SLS strip natural sebum, disrupting the scalp microbiome. A balanced microbiome helps control inflammation and boosts enzymes like catalase, the same one that breaks down peroxide buildup. Every harsh wash removes that defense. Switching to mild, pH-balanced cleansers can stop the chemical stress before it reaches your roots. So scalp health may be the silent switch behind gray reversal. Restore the flow, and the cells wake again. But if massage and oils change the surface, what happens when scientists go deeper, testing molecules that directly target those dormant pigment cells? Right now, labs around the world are testing ways to turn gray hair back, and some are already seeing results. The story takes a sharp turn here, because what used to sound impossible is now being tested in labs. In 2020, scientists at Columbia University stumbled upon something remarkable. While studying stress and its effect on aging, they noticed patches of gray hair in volunteers actually regaining color once the stress was reduced. It happened within weeks. The findings shook long-held beliefs that gray hair could never reverse. That discovery pushed researchers to search for triggers that might reboot dormant melanocytes. One path led to peptides, small chains of amino acids that communicate with cells. In 2021, an experimental topical peptide called palmitoyl tetrapeptide 20 showed signs of stimulating melanogenesis, the process that gives hair its color. The studies were small, but the changes were visible, tiny streaks of pigment returning near the roots. Then came the work from Germany on catalase-boosting formulas. Scientists found that by breaking down the buildup of hydrogen peroxide in follicles, these compounds help melanocytes function again. A commercial formula, tested under controlled conditions, reduced peroxide levels in hair roots by almost 40%. Therefore, science is shifting from covering gray to fixing the cause. There's also the stem cell approach. In South Korea, researchers experimented with reactivating melanocyte stem cells using low-level laser therapy, the same kind used for wound healing. In trials, the treated follicles started showing pigment within 60 days. It suggested that light stimulation could wake pigment cells naturally without chemicals or dyes. Pharmaceutical labs are also exploring oral compounds that influence the WNT signaling pathway, a key mechanism in melanocyte renewal. This pathway controls whether those cells stay asleep or restart pigment production. However, these drugs remain experimental, early, promising, and controversial. The shift feels huge. For decades, gray hair meant the end of pigment life. Now scientists are treating it like a reversible condition, but that raises a deeper question. Even if these new tools work in a lab, what does real progress look like in everyday life when hair color returns strand by strand? So what does true gray hair reversal look like when it actually happens, strand by strand? Progress doesn't feel like a movie scene. It feels like surprise. One morning, you catch a darker root in the mirror and wonder, was that there yesterday? That's how it starts. Real reversal happens slowly, quietly, almost shyly. In 2021, when Columbia University tracked stress-related gray hair, several people grew darker strands again after lowering daily stress. They didn't change shampoos or take pills. They just rested better. One woman in the study, a 35-year-old finance professional, saw her first few gray hairs regain color after a short vacation. Researchers measured her cortisol, her stress hormone, and found it dropped nearly 40%. The timing matched perfectly with the new pigment growth. Therefore, the link between mental calm and physical change became hard to ignore. Then came the physical side. A small group in Seoul, South Korea, tested peptide-based hair serums in 2022. After 60 days, new pigment bands appeared near the roots, dark lines growing from previously white hair. The photos looked like a time lapse of youth returning. Dermatologists described it as hair remembering its original code. The process wasn't dramatic, it was steady, patient, and measurable. Everyday progress looks similar. When circulation improves, follicles start breathing again. When meals include minerals like copper and zinc, enzymes restart melanin production. It doesn't feel magical. It feels logical. Within months, you notice texture changing, strands thickening, color returning in streaks rather than full patches. That's biology in motion, not illusion, and it affects more than appearance. People often report better mood, focus, even confidence once they see those first changes. It's proof that aging can shift course when balance returns, oxygen, rest, and nourishment working together again. However, there's one path scientists are still debating, a theory that involves using heat, light, and cold exposure to retrain pigment activity. Some experts dismiss it as too experimental, while others claim early trials already show results. So could something as simple as temperature cycles and light timing really push your body to regrow color without a single chemical? Science is changing faster than we age, and somewhere between a single cell and a silver strand lies the truth. Click the next video before it fades. Another story's waiting.